This from earlier on, the Nuggets getting off the team bus and showing their fashion sense. Gotta make a grand entrance when you're on the road. Soaring high above the Willamette River towards our location tonight in downtown Portland. Hi everyone, we're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. In this game, we'll see the Denver Nuggets against the Portland Trail Blazers here at Moda Center. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us, and from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Star players move around more than ever, it seems, but guys like Damian Lillard are emulating legends like Dirk Nowitzki, who stayed put in Dallas his whole career. Dame said, "I'm not loyal to a fault. I'm loyal to the person that I am. I want this city to feel what it's like winning the championship after such a long time." Kevin?
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Grant in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Then it's Anthony, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Nuggets win the tip. Murray with it. Pass to Millsap. And it's Grant in the corner. Back to Millsap. 5 to shoot. And Millsap snaps it in.
How many times have we seen Millsap throw it down? We've known about his leaping ability for years.
Passes it to Trent. And it's McCollum in the corner. Nurkic trying to get open. And the basket by McCollum.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, that's something that they scouted him coming into tonight. They know he can make this shot. That's a poor effort defensively.
And let's be honest, Murray has never seen a shot he didn't like, especially these mid-range jumpers.
Now here's Anthony. Lillard from deep three-point land. It's rebounded by Paul Millsap. And here's Denver. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Pass to Anthony. Nurkic against Jokic. Second shot opportunity, and that one drops for him.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Murray. Now the pass to Jokic from deep. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Murray, the pass to Millsap, and that one drops. Millsap's got his second basket.
And with long arms and great strength, Millsap can make plays bigger than his actual size.
And it's Anthony at the elbow. Releases from 15. Rebound by Murray. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far.
And if you're drawing up your starting 5 for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray makes a strong case. This guy is fearless.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Denver getting their last shot to go. And it's Lillard missing. Grant outside. Outside Millsap. And Grant now top of the key. 4 on the clock. He can't get it to go. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And Murray, we know, can be streaky, Greg. Still mid 30% for his career from three-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with the hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
Here's Harris. The Blazers getting the bucket. Murray outside. A three-pointer, no good. Portland trailing here. Lillard looking around.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
Grant outside. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Shoots from the right block. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds in the game. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
This first quarter couldn't be going much better for him. 4 for 5 from the field to get things cracking.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throw of the game. And that one falls for Paul Millsap.
And it's fair to say that Millsap has been very underrated throughout his career. A versatile, tenacious forward who quietly destroys whoever he plays.
And it's good for 2.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Murray against Lillard. Millsap trying to get open. Murray, no good.
The D making that layup look very uncomfortable for him. Good aggressive work down low.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Now here's Murray. Grant outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. All sorts of time. Good. He hits the jump shot.
The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
Here is Lillard. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
D has got to do a better job clogging up drops to the rim. Lillard is a terror when it comes to driving the shot.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nuggets lead by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back at the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And we caught up before the game with Nikola Jokic, who had a few thoughts about how to help his team succeed.
Selfless. I mean, you need to took your pride, you took your ego out, just to be part of the team and do whatever you need to do to be the best player in your role.
Greg, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams, but they did it very well.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Collins is out there with Whiteside, and it's Ariza in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. Well, last season the Blazers were beset by injuries and they fell short of their goals. Star Damian Lillard said, "Once we're in a better position, I want people to remember how I responded when things didn't go my way, so that they know my character is true." Kevin, we know that Dame grew up in Oakland, a place where overcoming adversity is ingrained. Back to you.
Thank you, D.A. Greg, Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the off season honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career, and that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
Plumlee, he's checked in for the Nuggets, and so Murray nails both of them.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Plumlee with the rebound. The Nuggets trail. Murray outside. Drills the three-pointer. Murray's got 5 points now this quarter.
And if you don't get out on Murray, he will light you up from beyond. He's lethal.
It's McCollum on the wing. Three-pointer. A shot off that time. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. To the middle. And Jokic with the basket on the assist from Porter. Jokic has got his first bucket in this one. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big men. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Three-pointer, Lillard. Porter pulls it in.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
Plumlee. Portland grabs the miss.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
Kicks it out to Ariza. Back to Lillard. They need this. Bangs home the trifecta. Lillard's got it all tied up now for Portland.
That's his second three-pointer of this quarter after not getting any in the first.
Barton passes to Jokic. Dishes it to Porter. Pass to Jokic. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Lillard attacking. Barton with some nice D. Denver's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. For 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds in this game. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 8.
They have ridden him today, and it has paid off in a big way.
1:36 left in the second quarter.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Lillard against Murray. Beyond the arc. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And things starting to click from three-point land. Nothing in the first quarter, but he's hit 3 triples here in the second.
Murray dishes to Barton. Jokic kicks to Barton. Murray outside. And that one, good.
You gotta feel comfortable when Murray is working the pick and roll. His shooting, speed, and passing all are next level.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 11. Cullen passes to Whiteside. It's McCollum on the wing. He's covered by Murray. Barton against Lillard. Shoots from the elbow. And the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
This quarter expending tremendous energy at the offensive end. And he's not slowing down. He's still calling for it.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's Jokic missing. The Trailblazers on offense. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. 2 on none. No one back to stop this. And Barton throws it down.
Love the commitment from Murray on defense. Moving his arms all around to come up with these steals.
McCollum right right side. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Portland out in front, leading by 3. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
Just got to compete. Keep competing, trust each other, and make plays.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. Just in terms of the second quarter, they were the better team, but there wasn't a big difference between them. What did you think about Portland, Kenny?
You have to love a team that pounds the offensive glass. That's going to gain you extra possessions. And check this out. Sometimes just having more offensive chances than your opponent wins the basketball game.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Well, their poor rebounding is really hurting. It hasn't killed them on the scoreboard yet, but they need to pick it up. This is a game they can win. If they come out hustling in the second half, they can win.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So out there for the Nuggets right now, the backcourt is Murray and Harris. Millsap and Jokic, the big man. And it's Grant in at the small forward.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. A good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
That's tipped. Jokic with the steal. Cullen passes to Anthony. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Murray.
And even at 6'5", Murray just elevates high inside for these buckets. A high percentage shooter down low. I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Murray outside. Denver passing it around. Shoots from the elbow. And it's Jokic missing.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Back to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Well, McCollum is a strong combo guard. Excels at whipping the ball over to his team.
90 seconds now into the second half. Murray against McCollum. And that one, good. Murray's got 4 points this quarter.
and really scored most of their points, but he can't score them all, guys. He's going to have to get somebody else to step up.
And here's Anthony for three. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 5 assists in the game. Murray against McCollum. Now here's Murray. Tight defense on him. Good D by McCollum. Trailblazers leading by 10. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we know that for years the NBA has thought about a postseason play-in tournament to get more teams and fans involved. Last year's pandemic stoppage basically necessitated its implementation. For the NBA, the disruption of business as usual enabled innovation and risk-taking. I don't want to be too hoity-toity, but it was Albert Einstein who once said, "In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity." Guys, back to you.
You're right. Thank you, David. Trailblazers making a switch here. Hood's checked in. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Denver. Monte Morris comes in for Jamal Murray. Here's Millsap. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Improving as a distributor, it helps when Hood tries to share it like this.
The Nuggets trail by 13. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Simons, he's checked in for Portland. Morris, sweet little floater.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about fear.
Simons, the pass to Nurkic. Here's Trent, guarded by Harris. Trent can't hit. Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And the wide open shot from Morris. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Morris has got 5 points so far.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They got to get a hand in the face.
There's 49 seconds left to play here in the third. Anthony kicks to Hood. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Hood's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
On the wing, Morris. He has 5, and they pick up 2.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Right, it's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Outside Hood. 17 seconds left to play in the third. The layup missed. Now Harris. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Grant finds Millsap. And here's Morris for 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Trailblazers lead by 9. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Control the pace. Get it to the right guy at the right time. These requirements top the list if you're a good point guard.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And Morris has got the ball here for Denver. We've got Anthony Hood out there with McCollum, and it's Nurkic in at the center. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Out to Anthony. Takes a three. Hits it from three-point range. And the Trailblazers lead by 12.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Plumlee dishes to Morris. Ball's knocked loose. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Hood gets the bucket.
Hard to shake Hood's focus. When he's determined, he accepts whatever the defense throws at him.
Passes it to Harris. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hood.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Appreciate the effort, though, making his presence felt defensively.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Hood. Denver also making some changes. Jokic is checked in, and Murray's subbed in for Monte Morris. Portland leading by 14. Lillard way outside. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
Now, here's Jokic. For three, Murray. The Nuggets with another miss.
Not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just one in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
And stolen by Murray. And now the Nuggets fast break to stop the run. And it's sent back by Lillard. And that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
He's running wild. They had to call a timeout just to take away at least some of his momentum.
Jokic inside. Working on Nurkic. Count that one.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Lillard, the pass to Anthony. Right wing. Three-pointer. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. That one drops for him. And the Trailblazers lead by 17.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Nuggets have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Murray with it. Now defended by McCollum. Porter looking it over. Doesn't go for it. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. The tray, and it's sent back by Jokic. And he recovers it. Just 5 on the clock. There's the triple. Kept alive. Here's Nurkic, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Paul Millsap is checked in for Denver. Grant comes in for Michael Porter.
And And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape, and boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
For three, Murray. That one doesn't go. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Portland.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned. And I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body, and I think we will see that in time.
Now Lillard following the three-point attempt by Jamal Murray. And Lillard gets double-teamed. Here's Trent. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Now here's Murray. Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup. Here's Lillard. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks a lot. Dame, you guys got off to a slow offensive start, but came back and got the win. What got going?
It wasn't the prettiest game. You know, we didn't shoot the ball well, but we just had to find ourselves. I think we did a great job of sticking with it. Some shots started to fall, and we was able to pull away.
And that ball goes in the basket, everything changes, right? Thanks, Dame.